Hello again, and a warm Westbridge Hills welcome to episode number 7 with me, Mr. Sealy P. Right, so after our whole crop harvest and blanketing the silo, we're now going to take back the harvester after our little experiment. Get that back up to the farm, and hopefully, soon, the other field will be ready to harvest. That's the theory. It wasn't seeded too much after the first one, after field 20, so it should be ready. Anyway, we'll head up and hopefully be ready for the canola harvest. I'm hoping once that silage is fermented and we sell some, we'll be able to upgrade our harvester anyway. Either get the rest of the New Holland that goes with the header, or get a slightly bigger one anyway. It might go with the case axial flow 7320, whichever one it is. We will see, but that's kind of the plan for the money, and maybe get another field if we can afford it. So we shall see. Oh, okay, it's looking promising, but that's weird. Part of the field is ready and part isn't. That's unusual because it was all seeded at the same time. I didn't do it in two different stages. Never mind. We'll crack on and start harvesting, and hopefully by the time we get to the point we need to swap over, the rest of the field will be ready. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Right, so what we'll do, we'll jump in the schluter and we'll take the trailer around so we're ready to unload. It's going to be a bit of a pain unloading as it was before, because for some reason it will only load into the corners at the back of the trailer. I'm not too sure why, probably because of the height thing. So hopefully this will be the last time doing this field we have to do that, because if we upgrade our harvester it should unload into this trailer no problem at all. I know the easy solution would have been to just buy a smaller trailer with lower sides. I just didn't want to go backwards and have to do more runs backwards and forwards. But that would be the cheap option. I'm not quite sure where to park up. So how much of the field is going to get through, really? The yield's not too bad, I have to say. Definitely fertilising the fields in whichever way you choose to fertilise them has an impact. Pipe comes out and the lights come on very early, don't they? There we go. Right, bring the trailer up and get that first load out. I'm sure the tank size is only something like 4,600, 4,300 on that Sampo Rosenloo. So there's going to be quite a few loads, I think, out of this, but it's not the end of the world. The more the merrier. The more money we're going to make as well, so it's all good. Just finding that sweet spot now with the trailer so it will actually unload. And there we go. Right. Right, while that's unloading, I've got a worker set on the harvester now, so that should just carry on once it's unloaded. We'll take the seeder over to field 20 and we might as well start seeding. And then when we can free up the sluter, we'll get that to whiz over with the fertilizer, and that'll be field 20 redone and ready with the new cropping. I'm going to do wheat this time, as I said before, because I need the straw swaths, because I need to get some more feed for the cows, not feed, bedding, and I'll probably then forage up the rest, I guess, stick it into another one of the silage bays, but at least it's there. I could always bale some of it up ready to do mixed ration for the cows. Could do that as well, but anyway, that's what I'm going to do with it. So it'll be wheat in this one, different crop. It's a pity, even when I've done the silage, I don't think I'm going to have enough to buy one of these big fields to the side. I might get the field next to 20. I'm assuming it'll be 21, but probably isn't. I can't remember off the top of my head what number it is. How weird's that? Field 19. I knew it had to be numerically somewhere along there. Yeah, so 19. Might buy 19. So go with it. Could always combine the two fields together, get a plough and make one big long field, but then that becomes an absolute bugger for harvesting and seeding and stuff, so I might keep it separate. Right, I'm going to turn off plant growth. Again, for the same reason it was before, that even when it's on slow, by the time you get across one side of the field, the crop's already started to go on the other side of the field, and it's just a bit weird, so I will leave the plant growth off for the time being. Seed it, fertilise it, then put the plant growth back on, even if it's only on slow. But I'll probably put it back on normal. Harvest is still going well. Happy with that. Turns well, the Deutz far. I do like this combination with the seeder on the back. I think as we build up a bit more money, definitely going to get the horse seeders. I haven't used them on Bjorn Hum, or not the multi-crop one, because it's really big and it's got a bit snaky, because it's multiple segments. I have used the corn and sugar beet one, but I think because these fields are big, it's going to need a big seeder. Otherwise, it's going to take forever on some of the big fields. But this one's nice. It's a nice seeder, and it's good with the Deutz far. Is it a Vaderstadt? Isn't it Vaderstadt? I think it is. Yeah. Still plodding on, and unfortunately, the rest of the field does not seem to want to grow. Oh, I'll tell you why it doesn't want to grow. Because I've turned the plant growth off, haven't I? Huh. You idiot. Okay. Right, so what we might have to do is harvest as much as we can on here first. When the other fields finish seeding, put the plant growth back on, then this field will finish, and then we can finish harvesting the rest of this one. Oh. Trust me, I just couldn't figure out why. I mean, to be fair, I've only just done it, but it's definitely not going to grow now, is it? So I was sticking in the headland here, only so when it does come up and down it's got a bit of a turning circle again, so it doesn't go in the road. It either blocks traffic or gets stuck with traffic. I know when you've got the cedars, especially the big cedars, and they come up off the end of the field, try and turn round and get caught up on cars, and they just sit and they won't do anything. So I think I'll probably do the same thing again, even when I get the big cedars, is probably stick a couple of strips in top and maybe bottom as well, because there's a barn down the bottom end, which I'm not sure the big cedars are going to be able to turn around in front of that barn either. Once you've got the 2 strips top and bottom, it gives you enough turning room, or it should give you enough turning room to do the rest of the field. That's the plan. Right, let's begin this wacky unloading process. Right, we'll move this down. I'm not convinced it's going to fill up at the top of the field every single time. Just move it down a bit closer. Right, I'm going to whiz off and grab the fertiliser sprayer. Spreader. Yeah, not sprayer, spreader. And whiz down to field 20. So with the seeding carrying on, I can fertilise as well. And then we can get the plant growth back on, and we can get back over here to 16 and get this one done. Seems to have taken forever doing this harvest. Crops all growing at different times and different speeds, and it's all been very peculiar. So hopefully next time round it will go a bit smoother. Might invest in a new tractor as well at some point. Don't know what to get though. The trouble is they're either too low powered, horsepower wise, for any of the bigger machinery, but some of the really nice looking tractors are in the lower horsepower bracket. If you go to the higher horsepower tractors, there's not many to choose from, to be fair. A couple of New Holland T8s, which are almost identical apart from the tracks. One's got slightly higher horsepower. Case Magnum. Quad track is massive, as is the New Holland T9. So yeah, there aren't many really up that end of the power band. I suppose you've got the JCB Fast Track as an option, the bigger of the two. So yeah, but that's not really it, isn't it? I mean, I suppose next one down from the Deutz-Fahr is the Lamborghini, which is 220 horsepower. I suppose it's going to depend on the equipment, isn't it, that we're pulling around. I just know the bigger cultivator, the bigger seeders need much more horsepower. So they are. I'm going to have, you know. I must admit, I don't mind the New Hollands. And as I said before, the Case Magnum's a nice tractor, but it doesn't have that front 3-point linkage. But then again, to be fair, what do you use the front 3-point linkage for? Putting a mower on? There's not many other things you actually attach. You might put a weight on the front, but then to be fair, not much else. So if I was going to get a tractor dedicated for mowing, it might be something like the Deutz-Fahr or the Lamborghini, because for mowing you don't need high horsepower. So all sorts of decisions to make. It's a dilemma. Just thinking of trying to use slightly different tractors to the norm this time. Using the Schluter has been quite nice because I haven't really used it before. I do like the Z-Tools, they're nice, but I think even the biggest one of those hasn't got very high horsepower. So yeah, don't know. We'll have a look. So busy watching the other tractor I completely forgot that it was me driving and I didn't have a worker on it. So I've now ended up spraying someone else's field. Whoops. But I'm probably going to buy that field anyway, so I'm sure they won't mind. A bit of free fertiliser on their field. We are getting there, albeit slowly. Okay, he's got to be moving on to his last strip, if not second to last. There can't be much left on that side, can there? Tiny bit left. Okie doke. Well, we'll probably wait for him to finish that strip and come back down, then run the fertiliser up. And he's pretty much done, not all he can do, but as much as we're going to get done for now, otherwise we're going to leave odd shaped bits and bobs everywhere. So I'm going to swing the harvester around, park him up ready, so as soon as this field is complete and ready to harvest, we can either set the worker off again, or I'll have a go at doing a bit of harvesting myself. We'll see. Right, let's get this last strip done. He should be coming the other way. Just sprayed the whole side of his tractor with fertiliser, which I'm sure he'll be happy about. I am going to have to buy a jet wash at some point because these tractors are filthy, and I just haven't had enough spare money, I guess. I know they're only about 4,000 to buy, but 4,000 is 4,000, and can't justify a jet wash. I don't mind having dirty tractors for a while, but I do need to get one at some point. So that's it, field 20 done. Sown with wheat, fertilised, good to go. Oh, for a follow me mod, it would be so lovely. take the spreader back to the farm and drop that off, and then go and jump back onto the Fleagle. I say jump on the Fleagle, jump on it, but ready for when the rest of that canola is good to go, because until we've harvested it we can't fertilise it or seed it again, so I might as well leave it there and whiz around and pick up the trailer. I do find when I'm recording I have to turn the volume down on the game, especially when I'm using the Schluter, and the harvesters are incredibly loud, so I just have to knock the volume down a little bit, otherwise you can't hear my talking over the top of the tractors, which is a bit annoying. Or maybe it's not annoying. Maybe you'd rather hear the tractors than my voice. Who knows? Right, let's bring this one back as well. Don't think it needs a top up really. Switched over onto canola already. The amount of times I move stuff, set it up ready to do a crop and forget to change the crop type, or I put the wrong crop type on, or I put grass on by mistake, and you start off doing your first strip across and realise you've grassed it. So I try to remember now, whichever crop I'm going to do next in the next field, flick it over on that crop straight away so there are no mistakes. Yeah, it's going to reach a point I'm not going to be able to see out that windscreen at all. Okay, so busy. One field done, good to go. One field part harvested. Next episode we'll hopefully make sure that's ready to go. We'll harvest it, reseed it, and we'll be good to go for another crop, and the silage is still fermenting. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Haven't got a lot done in this one, but we should do more in the next one. And thanks for watching.